The deep sea is the largest habitat on Earth. Despite the low temperatures, extreme ambient pressures, absence of sunlight, and low resource availability, it is home to a diverse range of creatures. From sharks that look like goblins to fish with needle-like fangs, the deep sea is teeming with life forms that thrive in the darkness. But what if we told you that there are some creatures that defy every notion of what we think is terrifying? Sounds unreal, right? Well, it's not because here are the 15 scariest deep-sea creatures that will give you nightmares. Let's start with number 15, Bobbit Worm. This worm may look fairly harmless wading in the sand with only a small amount of its body on show. But it's what lies beneath that makes it appear sinister because the rest of its body can grow up to 10 feet long. The speed at which the worm attacks and the power of its mouth can snap its prey clean in two. It then injects a toxin to stun or kill its prey. Technically speaking, the bobbit worm is from the order Unicida of polychaete worms, which were first discovered in Norway in the 1700s. But let's forget all that, and just focus on the fact that these worms will likely haunt your dreams. We mean, just look at it. It's like a giant sea centipede that can cut its prey in half. Imagine one of these living in your fish tank. Well, it might look cool, but you won't be keeping any fish for very long. Number 14, sarcastic fringe head. If you've watched The Predator, well, this creature might remind you of the movie's terrifying Alien. The sarcastic fringe head might look like your average fish at first glance, but when threatened, it transforms into something straight out of a sci-fi thriller. Its mouth, which usually sits closed like any other fish's, can suddenly open up to almost 4 times its normal size, revealing a horrifying rainbow-colored interior. And those teeth? They are curved, sharp, and overlapping, perfectly designed to shred anything unlucky enough to get too close. However, it doesn't mean that everything about this beauty is bad. There are some oddities that make it somewhat charming. The less aggressive state of the small fish, however, appears more akin to a harmless aquatic pal of the Little Mermaid. And as they say, beauty is found in the eyes of the beholder. While it may look a bit too scary to some, for others it's love at first sight. Number 13, Fanfin anglerfish. If demos on land exist, then this fish is the demon of the deep sea. First, just look at this monster. It's kind of like something straight out of a horror film. The Fanfin anglerfish is infamous for its glowing lure, jutting out from its head like some twisted beacon in the pitch-black depths of the ocean. Its mouth, filled with spindly, jagged teeth, always seems to be snarling, ready to snap at anything that gets too close. But that's not even the creepiest part. This fish also has long bioluminescent filaments that move independently, adding an eerie, almost hypnotic touch to its already unsettling appearance. And the mating ritual? That's even worse. The male doesn't just court the female, he bites her and fuses with her body, effectively becoming a part of her. They share a circulatory system for life, with the male surviving off her nutrients while fertilizing her eggs for eternity. Now, let's head over to number 12, Pacific viperfish. This deep-sea dweller is the top predator of the dark abyss. The viperfish uses photophores, bioluminescent organs scattered across its dorsal spine, to lure unsuspecting prey into its deadly grasp. As the prey gets close, it's met with the viperfish's long, needle-like fangs that are perfectly designed to grab and pierce, making escape nearly impossible. Trust us, this is one creature you definitely shouldn't mess with. But what really takes the creepy factor up a notch? Much like the fangtooth, the viperfish's massive fangs don't even fit inside its mouth. Instead, they curl back on the outside, protruding in a way that gives it a monstrous appearance. The sight of those fangs, combined with its glowing lure, makes the viperfish look like something straight out of a nightmare. It's a perfect predator, built for the dark and unforgiving depths of the ocean. Just be glad you'll probably never cross its path. Number 11, Zombie worms. Zombie worms, or in scientific terms, Osedax roseus, is the living, breathing nightmare of the deep sea. These tiny 1 to 3 inch long creatures feast on something most animals would avoid: the bones of dead whales. Without a mouth or stomach, the worms survive by secreting a powerful acid from their skin that breaks down the whalebone, allowing them to absorb the nutrients. How they actually digest the food is still a mystery, though researchers think symbiotic bacteria play a key role in the process. But the creepy factor doesn't stop there. The holes the Osedax worms create in the decaying whale skeletons provide them with more than just a meal. They also offer a safe, protected environment in the darkness of the ocean floor. The female worms are a bit larger than the males, but in our opinion, both have an equally creepy appearance. Number 10. Vampire squid. Thankfully, this squid doesn't suck blood. It's named after vampires because it can survive with virtually no light and no oxygen. The scientific name for the vampire squid is Vampiroteuthis infernalis, which in simple words means vampire squid from hell. And the consuming thing? It isn't really a squid, however, but a fusion of octopus and squid with a jellyfish's body design. They have 8 legs with suckers on the ends and an additional set of filaments used for stalking prey that retracts into their bodies. The vampire squid begins life with 1 set of fins that assists it in swimming via the intake and release of water. Once these fins reach a certain size, a second set of fins grows in front of them, and the body finally absorbs the first set. The new fins allow it to propel. If you want a more creative Halloween costume this year, skip the vampire outfit and go as a vampire squid. They're just as scary, and unlike vampires, they're actually real. Number 9. Deep sea dragonfish. Well, it's actually not a dragon, but the dragonfish might just be the next best thing when it comes to scary deep-sea predators. Found deep in the Atlantic Ocean, at depths of up to 5,000 meters, this monster survives in an environment where there's no light, no plant life, and everything's still, untouched by storms or currents. To hunt in this absolute darkness, the dragonfish uses photophores, which are light-producing organs scattered along its body. These glowing spots lure prey right into its deadly jaws, lined with sharp, fang-like teeth. What makes this fish even creepier is its spine. The dragonfish has missing vertebrae, which gives its head amazing flexibility. This allows it to open its jaws even wider, swallowing prey much larger than you'd think. So, while it's not a dragon, it certainly gives off those fierce, otherworldly vibes in the depths of the ocean. Number 8. Chimera fish. The chimera fish truly lives up to its name, with a bizarre, patched appearance that calls to mind Frankenstein's monster. Its pale eyes and gray, almost ghostly skin give it an eerie, otherworldly look, as though it doesn't quite belong to this planet. Much like its distant relative, the shark, the chimera fish has a skeleton made of cartilage instead of bones, adding to its strange and unsettling nature. Its short, duck-bill-like snout only adds to its odd charm, while certain species sport features that make them look even more unusual. Take the ratfish, for example. With long, sharp teeth that resemble those of a rat and a body that tapers into a rat-like tail, it's as if this fish can't decide what it wants to be. It's a creature of the deep that's part mystery, part nightmare, a true oddity in the world's oceans. Would you like to keep one as a pet? Number 7. Frilled shark. This freaky shark is often referred to as a living fossil because of its primitive-looking features that make it seem like it's been swimming around since the age of the dinosaurs. The frilled shark is a true relic of the deep, with a body that can grow up to 7 feet in length and an eel-like swimming style. It lurks in the dark, cold depths of the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, typically between 120 and 1,580 meters down. But what really sets this shark apart is its terrifying teeth. It has over 200 long, trident-shaped teeth, arranged in 25 rows across its mouth. These backward-facing teeth are perfect for snagging and holding on to prey, which the frilled shark swallows whole, sometimes even prey half its size. With its prehistoric features and savage bite, the frilled shark is a true deep-sea nightmare, one that's been lurking in the shadows for millions of years. Number 6. Atlantic wolffish. If you're guessing why this beauty gets its name, well, the answer is right in its terrifying mouth. The wolffish is a bottom-dwelling predator that's armed to the teeth, literally. With 4 to 6 fang-like teeth in its jaws, it's already intimidating enough. But that's just the beginning. Behind those fangs, it has 3 additional rows of crushing teeth, ready to tear into anything unlucky enough to cross its path. And if that wasn't enough to make you squirm, the wolffish's throat is lined with serrated teeth, adding another layer of nightmare fuel. Bonus creepy fact. Not pictured here is the wolffish's long, eel-like body, which can grow up to 1.5 meters in length. So while its face might make you think twice about swimming in its waters, its massive, slippery body adds to the overall menacing vibe. With its terrifying bite and unnerving appearance, this fish is not to be messed with. Number 5. Giant isopod. If there are words to describe this creature, alien would definitely be one of them. Giant isopods are creepy-looking crustaceans that seem like they belong in a sci-fi horror movie. These deep-sea dwellers are typically scavengers, feeding on whatever they can find on the ocean floor. But don't be fooled by their slow, lumbering appearance. They're not above using their 4 sets of jaws to take down live prey when the opportunity arises. And as if that wasn't enough to make you shudder, they also have 7 pairs of legs to scuttle around with. While the largest species usually measures between 19 and 36 centimeters, there have been sightings of these bizarre creatures growing up to 76 centimeters long. That's nearly 3 feet of nightmare fuel. It's a good thing they live in the depths of the ocean and rarely encounter humans. Number 4. Baral. This futuristic-looking fish is nothing short of a deep-sea marvel. Known as the Baral, it has a truly otherworldly appearance, with barrel-shaped, upward-facing eyes designed to detect prey above it. These eyes are enclosed in a transparent dome of soft tissue, which gives the fish an almost robotic look. At first glance, those dark shadows near the front of its head may seem like its eyes. But if you look just a little higher, you'll see the real eyes, hidden beneath the dome. The Baral's unusual anatomy helps it survive in the deep, where light is scarce, and its ability to detect movement above it is vital for hunting. Though scientists have known about this strange creature since 1939, it wasn't until 2004 that it was finally photographed alive, adding to its mystery. With its bizarre eyes and almost alien features, it's a real beauty. Now let's move to number 3. Glowing sucker octopus. The glowing sucker octopus is a mesmerizing creature that dwells in the deep, dark waters of the Atlantic Ocean, particularly off the U.S. coast. Known scientifically as Staroteuthis circensis, this otherworldly octopus uses its fins and the webbing between its 8 arms to gracefully glide through the depths. But it's not just its movement that's captivating. The real spectacle comes from its glowing bioluminescent suckers. These rows of glowing suckers trail down its arms, illuminating the darkness like tiny stars in the deep sea. Scientists believe the glow helps the octopus attract planktonic prey, such as copepods, tiny crustaceans that are drawn to the light. Thriving at frigid temperatures around 37 degrees Celsius, this species can be found at depths exceeding 13,000 feet. Though Staroteuthis circensis has been known to science for over a century, it wasn't until 1999 that scientists discovered its stunning bioluminescent ability. Number 2. Proboscis Worm. If you think that Bobbit Worm is the scariest thing lurking on the seafloor, think again. The Proboscis corrugatus, a species of Proboscis worm, could easily give it a run for its money. Growing to lengths of up to 6 feet or more, these worms are scavengers, feeding on almost anything they can find, from sponges to jellyfish. With few natural predators, their survival strategy seems to be simple: eat everything and avoid being eaten. Scientists studying them have discovered that they harbor toxins, likely making them unappealing to most creatures. These worms dwell at staggering depths of nearly 13,000 feet in waters surrounding South America, the sub-Antarctic, and Antarctica. While adults are typically found crawling over the seafloor, they're also known to attach themselves to macroalgae, allowing them to raft to new areas. Number 1. Sperm whales. Well, to put it simply, it's hard to pick the scariest, but sperm whales are our vote for a top-tier scary ocean creature. Humans have nothing to fear. Sperm whales have never been known to eat us, but that's because they choose not to. The link is about sperm whales versus orcas, also an incredibly scary animal if it wants to kill you. Similarly to sperm whales, wild orcas essentially never do. Sperm whales are loud enough that they can probably kill a person with their clicks alone. If you look at the stats in our first link, you'll see they are huge, powerful predators. They have 8-inch teeth that are 2 pounds each, and they kill other animals with single hits from their tails. Plus, they can survive 10,000 feet below the surface for up to 60 minutes. The pressure there is over 300 times that at the surface. So you've got an intelligent 50 to 60 foot 45-ton master predator that can kill you with its voice and hunt you down basically anywhere in the water. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.